Hey guys, it's Nadine. I wanted to share with you guys something a little different than my normal video. This one happens to be about what's trending now. So what's trending now is this huge thing about adult coloring books. Now, I have been a lover of coloring books my entire life. And I know that might sound odd to some of you because you're like, why do you want to color? You're an adult, you should grow up. But there has been research that has shown that sometimes in order to unwind and to bring out your creativity, it is a good idea to do mundane things such as coloring. And so I thought I would present this idea to you all. So when you find that your head is overwhelmed with things and maybe you want to relax but you don't know how to, and maybe meditation is not your thing, or you don't quite have a creative outlet, might I suggest you take a look at some of the adult coloring books. Now, let me just say this. One of the very first ones I bought was called The Secret Garden, and I will link for that in the description box below. It is a beautiful book, however, it is not my favorite book. This recent one that I purchased from Michael is in fact one of my very favorite books, and I will tell you why. First of all, it has a beautiful cover, and it actually struck me because not only is the cover black and white, but it's also foiled, and you all know right now that the trend lately is foiling, and so that really struck me. So this is called The Time Garden by Daria Song, and it's a magical journey and coloring book. This book was $15.99 at Michael's, but if you have a 40% off coupon, and like I bought this when it was 40% off, plus I use an extra 25% off my entire purchase, it was, to me, really worth it. Okay, now the cover feels good, and I'm a very tactile person where I like the feel of something in my hands, so it is thick. Again, here is the binding, and it says The Time Garden, and it's in like this copper color. It's really beautiful, almost too beautiful to color in, however. That's what I bought this for. So as you open it, it has this area right here where you can write. If you're giving this as a gift, you can write to and then from. This was a gift to myself, so I don't have to fill any of that in. And let me go through the pages, and let me just tell you this, that the pages are actually pretty thick, which I love, and I'm thinking that it might take different art mediums very well too. So I'm going to try to use some watercolors on this and see how it takes, and I'll let you guys know how that takes. But I figure colored pens, colored pencils will probably be perfect on this paper. And it reminds me of I wouldn't say, well, it is kind of the same thickness as the Inkwell press planners, so I think that's like 100-pound paper, close to 100-pound paper, if not 100-pound paper. So it's very beautiful, and it feels good, and it's very thick paper. So here's the first page, and let's take you through it. So this is a coloring book slash storybook, okay? So each page tells a story, and it has a little bit of wording in it too. So let's walk through this, and here is one of the pages as you open up. This part right here tells about this cuckoo clock on this side, which I think is beautiful. And you know, I have never seen like a cuckoo clock in person, so I don't know, I'm quite intrigued about that. So here we go. We start off with the story, and as you can see, there's a story here that starts off about this little girl, and it says that she had boundless imagination, and then it shows her being carried away by these balloons. And as you turn the page, you can see why I like this coloring book is because it actually tells a story, and it's not just a bunch of patterns and stuff to color in. There's a story behind the coloring, which to me, it actually speaks to my soul, and I actually love it. So as you can see, here is the cuckoo clock that they talked about on the first page, and then here is the girl. She's piled up a bunch of furniture, and she's examining the cuckoo clock. And then we're just going to walk through this really quickly. Here is another page, and it shows the girl, you know, I guess she's like wandering and looking at a clock factory perhaps, and she's inside the clock factory now. And so this is what it looks like, where she's going through an adventure, and I'm not quite exactly sure what the adventure is because I did not read the story. However, I feel like again, because the story or the coloring book tells a story, that makes it more appealing to me. So this is what this coloring book looks like. And again, if you are interested in it, look at this page. I think this happens to be one of my favorite pages in the entire book. I don't know, for whatever reason. I think because this reminds me of cherry blossoms. That's why I love it. And then here is another one. And I mean, look at how intricate this clock thing is. And then she has the Chinese Lantern Festival. If you guys have never done this, it's a tradition. And what you do is you light these Chinese paper lanterns and then you let it go. But in it is either your prayer or your wish for the coming year. My family and I, we do this for the Chinese New Year, which is in February. So then here are more pages. And if you guys love coloring like I love coloring, might I suggest you pick this up, because for me, well, to me, it really is a great coloring book. It's well made. It tells a story. And albeit it's expensive, you know, it's not like a couple of dollars or whatever, but like I said, if you use your coupons, it actually makes it a lot less. And then I was at Barnes & Noble. Now, I frequent Barnes & Noble at least once every couple of weeks. And while I was there, I found this one, which is called Glorious Gardens. And it was in the bargain books, which I was like, you can't go wrong with that. And anyway, this was like only $6.98. And I love this one too. If you look inside, it has a bunch of different garden themes, birds and flowers and such. But I will tell you, it is not my favorite, because having all of this kind of stuff, like just everything chaotically strewn across the page, kind of makes me crazy. So like you see this is like a bit much. There's no like what do you call it, there's no rhyme or reason to this. So I like it, but it's not my favorite. All right, then on my last trip to Barnes & Noble, I went for, I can't remember what I went for, but I happened to find these books. Now, if you follow me on Snapchat, my Snapchat handle below, you guys can follow me there. And on there, I went to Barnes & Noble and I actually showed some of the different coloring books that are in Barnes & Noble. So they had these, and I thought that these are really cute. I love things that have scenery or something that I can relate to while I'm coloring. So this one is by Zoe de la Cases. And this is called Secret New York, Color Your Way to Calm. And so, see, as I mentioned, coloring brings about calmness and a certain sort of zen, if you ask me. So let me share with you guys what's inside this one. So the very first thing is like this little snow globe. And I love this. It has the come in or open sign. We're just going to do a really quick flip through. And look at how they have the brownstone or the brick from New York City. I love that. And this is a look at the evolution of the music world, or boom boxes, and the Walkman. Oh my gosh, I had one of these. I had one of these too. My papa, he won this at like some kind of thing at work, and when I was younger, I think I was like 8. And anyway, he won this, and instead of keeping it for himself, he actually gave it to me because he knew how much I love music, and we couldn't afford to buy one of these, so it was like a big deal. And then the turntable. Look at how cool. Yeah, like total flashback. And then they have some clothes and jewelry. And I love especially like the skyline images. You can do so much with these. Now this paper right here is pretty thick. I don't know if it's 100 GSMs, but it feels pretty thick. So I don't think, depending on what kind of media you use, I don't think you're going to get bleed through, but you want to be careful with that. You want to test it on a page that you don't love before doing something that you love, you know? That's what I would suggest. And of course, the taxi cab, which is what New York City is known for, 42nd Street. And let me see, Publix Fish Market. Oh my gosh, so cool. These are all the things you would find at a diner. And this is Chelsea. In the Chelsea neighborhood, there's a Chelsea flower market, which they have so many different kinds of flowers. If you guys have never been there, you should. My husband's originally from New York, New Jersey, so when we go to visit my mother-in-law, because my father-in-law is deceased, we go to New York City. Central Park, they have a map of Central Park. Central Park has a great zoo too. The boardwalk. And let me show you guys really quickly. Oh, look at this. Flatiron building. I love this building. And bicycles. And bicycles are a huge thing too. I don't know how people go, you know, do the bicycle thing, because that would scare the bejesus out of me. Oh, look. Great souvenirs. The Yankees. That's my team. Let's see. Bike like a New Yorker. The Statue of Liberty at the skyline. And the bridge. I can't remember which bridge this is. I should know, but I don't. Each one of them looks different, so I should know better. And then, of course, you know, high society with all the makeup and clothing and stuff like that. Here's another one. Very cute. And look at these brownstones. I love brownstones. They're so, I don't know what it is about them. I would love to own a brownstone. Here's another one. And let's see. Ooh, the hot dog stands. Now my brother-in-law works in New York City, and he swears they never change the water out of the hot dog stands. That's what makes the hot dogs taste so good, is that the water's been there for like ever in this cart, which is kind of grosses me out. So I never have hot dogs when I go there. And so that's what this one looks like, and I really like. If you guys like scenery, like I love scenery, if you guys want to color something that's relatable, then this one I think you guys would love. And look at the last page, or we're almost to the last page. Sorry, we're close. Now the next one I bought, and I actually bought, oh, so let me tell you really quickly. This one is, oh, I'm sorry, this one is $15.99, okay? The next one I bought is actually by the exact same illustrator. And this one is called Secret Tokyo. Now, I bought a couple of these because one of my friends, I know she loves Japan and Japanese things. And so I thought she might want it. And funny is that she actually did want it, and I had it in her Amazon cart. So, my segue into that is that you can also find these on Amazon, apparently. I did not know that. I just happened to stumble upon them in Barnes & Noble. So look at this. These are Japanese footwear, and these are called geta, which is the wooden shoes that geishas use. And they usually use them with these socks right here, and these are called tabis. And it's really funny because like your big toe is in one thing and the rest of your toes are scrunched in another one, and it's usually white. And again, that's what the geisha use on their feet, and they put the socks on, and then you see them slipping into a different kind of geta as they're walking around the city. So Secret to Tokyo, this is called a neko, which is a lucky cat. So here is this page. Oopsies. And so this is a traditional like Japanese establishment where they have the bamboo and the rice paper shoji doors, stuff like that. And here are some famous Japanese lanterns and some fans. And sometimes when you're walking, depends on where you're at in Japan. Well, not depends, because there's a lot of these little hole in the walls. But as you walk down some of the alleyways, which weirdly Japan is pretty safe. Like I was walking down the alleyways by myself, and I didn't even feel at all in danger. So if you walk down, you will find like these little okazuyas, or these little like I don't know what they're called, but they sell like food and stuff. Well, all of it is actually like freshly made, and oh my gosh, it's just so delicious. If you guys love Japanese food, then you guys would love this. And then this is all the Japanese tableware, rice bowls, and the teacups. And then this is the Royal Palace, and here are things for calligraphy. Brush calligraphy for these. And then this is usually they do the stamping too. They'll stamp like their crest of their house or whatever. And here are some cute Japanese umbrellas, or you'll see the geishas using this parasols. That's what they're called. And they have really great what do you call it, like illustrations on top of them. And if I'm not mistaken, they are made out of silk, so I'm not too sure about how much rain it would keep out, but they certainly look pretty. And then here is a look of what one of the streets would look like. And I don't know what area this is. Could be like Ginza, because Ginza is a Japanese, is a shopping district. So it could be that, because it looks like a lot of stuff. And here is like another place. And then like this would be kind of like a typical where people live in Japan. In the city at least, you know, so you would veer off and go down this little alley right here, and there's like an apartment building and like a small, you know, like a 2-bedroom house or whatever. Here's some more geta. And then these are cooking utensils. So if you guys are not familiar, this is a rice cooker. This is a bamboo to go ahead and form your long rice rolls. Japanese knives are bomb, by the way. Strainer. This is a bamboo strainer for noodles usually. This is like a little knife, little scissors. It's heavy duty scissors to cut through like chicken and whatnot. This is a nabe pot, which is a soup pot. Actually, I'm gonna do a video on how to go ahead and make a nabe pot or nabe dish in this pot. And this pan right here, I know it looks kind of weird, rectangular, and it's high. It's actually used to make eggs, and it's a certain kind of eggs. The egg comes really fluffy, and it actually takes some finesse to make these eggs because it's a little bit difficult. And then like a rice bowl and all of this stuff. So, and then here is another Japanese establishment. I don't know what this says. My girlfriends speak Japanese, a couple of my friends, and they should probably tell me what that means. And here's an entire page of different kinds of lucky neckos. And usually, let me give you guys the history about lucky neckos. So, neko means cat in Japanese. And people, if you go to Asian restaurants, you will see that they all have one of these cats in their establishment, because what it is it brings them good luck. So if you have one of these, you're supposed to face it facing the door so that it invites money to come in. And then here's another one, and here is a bunch of Japanese things to eat. Sushi and soy sauce and gyoza, which is dumplings. And this is my favorite sushi, I mentioned before. Fried fish, makes me hungry. Takashita Market or Takashita Street. And then here is some of the things that you would see, the Japanese anime stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like Sailor Moon pretty much. And then here are Japanese teapots, and I probably have not shared this before, but I collect Japanese teapots. The cast iron ones, I love those. And here's another view of the city. And koi. Japanese are known for their fish, their koi fish, which can be very expensive. And then here is like a house. This is somebody's house, and another view. And here are robots. Japanese love any kind of techie robot things. Here is a great picture of some kimonos, and kimonos are like very, very beautiful. I actually have one coming that I'm going to hang up in my house that I special ordered from Japan. And then you see this. This is actually a temple or shrine. Here are some more flowers. Okay, so this is, see these things? Okay, so how do I explain it? If one would look at it, it actually looks like a handkerchief, a fancy handkerchief, usually made out of silk or some kind of fabric. But what it's called is called a furoshiki, and what they do is they wrap up their bento boxes or lunches in them so that it looks pretty, but also, more importantly, because it's functional, it lets them carry. So what you would do is you would tie this knot on the top, and then you could actually carry your lunch using the knot to work or wherever you're going. So yeah, and then here's a bunch of the ornamental combs. These are what the geishas use in their hair. And another street view, and these are kokeshi dolls. So they're really cute Japanese dolls, and they come in all different kind of shapes and sizes, and you know, caricature facial expressions and whatnot. And then this is origami. the art of folding paper to make different shapes. So for instance, you can see a bunny and a bow, and in Japan or Japanese tradition, they make cranes, and when you get married, you have 1,000 cranes made. The bride will fold 1,000 cranes in whatever color she wants. Normally it's gold, sometimes it's silver. Mine happens to be silver. And then you fold 1,000 cranes, and then you take it to somebody that you know or whatever, and they position it to make a humongous crane, and then they affix it onto like a nice background, and then you frame it, and that's supposed to bless the marriage and such. So that's the background of that. And then here are some cute caricatures. Then more houses, and these are like Japanese tags. And then this is what a geisha looks like from behind. See that? Her hair is put up with the little pins, and she's wearing a kimono, and on her feet she has the geta. And here are more things about kimonos. And oh my gosh, Japanese have a funny little thing where they have all kinds of cookie candies and stuff. I love them, but some people are like, ee. But they actually are pretty good. So here is an example of Japanese candies. These are the panda candies, which is like cookies filled with chocolate. These are the Rilakuma gummies. These are Milkies. These are Pockies. If you guys don't ever have Pockies, if you guys have an Asian market, try these Pockies. They're actually like little breadsticks that have chocolate on them. The best one is the chocolate with the almond, the nuts on it. That's my favorite anyway. And then here is, oh, what tower is this? I can't remember what tower this is. Is that the, oh, I can't remember, but I did go up on this tower. And then here, look at how intricate the drawing is of the shrine. Love this, love this. And here is a bamboo door, which takes a long time to make. Here is another geisha. Let me see. Oh, these are Japanese kites. Japanese are known for their intricate kites that have like, you know, humongous drawings on them and whatnot. And I think some of them are made out of silk, if I'm not mistaken, and they can be very, very pricey. But they're supposed to be like the best aerodynamically designed. And then here is the castle again, and see, this is the castle, and then this is the stone that it's actually, there's just like a stone wall right here, but like right here, this drop, it has a humongous moat. And here are the kabuki masks I was talking about. Now, kabuki mask is a funny thing because kabuki masks were used for kabuki actors in plays, but then I don't know how somehow it turned into like warding off evil. But yeah, so they use that to do like their plays, and their plays don't necessarily always have speaking. It sometimes will just have music, and you have to kind of decipher what the heck the actor's doing. So yeah, that's what that looks like. These three I got from Barnes and Noble, and then this one I got from Michael's. So if you guys have Michael's or Barnes & Noble nearest you, go check them out. You can also find these online at Amazon.com. I will link for all of this stuff below. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the comments below as well. And I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching my video, and if you enjoyed it, please let me know by leaving it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and would like to be notified when new videos are uploaded, simply click the subscribe button, or you can click around on this screen to watch a past video or to find me across the web. Talk to you later. Bye!